Careful which path you travel down. Stronger than you have lost their way.
You think there will be no consequences?
We're in the end game now.
I sacrificed everything.
That was a clip from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse Madness. It's a new film added to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And joining me with more and his review is film critic Richard Crouse. I can't keep up with all these crossover films, Richard. I just cannot. They look fascinating, but I don't have the brain capacity. Tell me what you thought.
Well, they're all interconnected, all this Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff, all these movies, like a big jigsaw puzzle. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is the latest one in theaters this weekend. Benedict Cumberbatch plays Doctor Strange, used to be a surgeon, now is a master of the mystical arts, and he is caught in between multiverses. So if you don't want to know what the multiverse is, go on Wikipedia. It is a series of alternate universes kind of stacked up on one another. If you saw the last Spider-Man movie, No Way Home, you'll know that Doctor Strange is responsible for a crack in the multiverse. Now all sorts of strange things are happening as one universe bleeds into the next. One of the things that has happened is that a teenage girl who is able to leap from universe to universe falls into Doctor Strange's universe, and he has to protect her from a demon who wants to steal her power. Then they go in the multiverse, and then the movie becomes impossible to explain because it's kind of like an LSD trip from that point on. I think you need to know what the multiverse is to understand this. It would not hurt if you had watched WandaVision, the television series with Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda / the Scarlet Witch. If what I am saying sounds like ancient Greek, then maybe you're going to have a hard time with this. But I was entertained by it, even though I haven't kept up as carefully with all of these things as a lot of people have. It made my eyeballs dance, particularly when they're in the multiverse. So I gave Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness 3.5 out of 5 stars, and it's in theaters this weekend.
Were your eyeballs dancing because of the movie or the LSD?
No, I would like to make it clear it was the visuals that were making my eyeballs dance.
Just wanting to check. Good times. Let's talk about another movie that you did review this weekend, and it's got a local, Canadian connection. Peace by Chocolate. Tell me about this one.
Yeah, this is the story of some Syrian Civil War refugees who leave Syria and end up in Antigonish, Nova Scotia. And it's based on a true story about this family who come to this small town. They experience winter for the first time. There's lots of fish out of water kind of stories as they adapt to life in this new place. One of the things, though, is before they left Syria, they had come from a long line of chocolate makers. So it seems obvious that you will set up a chocolate shop in Nova Scotia. They do that. It becomes wildly successful, gets noticed by Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada. Sobeys picks up the product. And this is the story of how all of that happened. And it is heartwarming. It's a feel-good movie. I think that sometimes it glosses over some of the harder-edged aspects of the story, the racism and some of the difficulties of assimilation. But apart from that, it's a movie that will make you feel better on the way out than you felt going in. And I think that's kind of important these days. Indeed. It's in theaters, and it's called Peace by Chocolate, and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars.
Lovely. Quickly, thoughts on Operation Mincemeat?
This is in theaters right now. It goes on Netflix next week. Matthew McFadden of Succession and Colin Firth play the architects of a wild operation, real-life operation, to throw the Nazis off the invasion of Sicily by the Allies. This is a fascinating, funnier than you think it's going to be, World War II movie that really gets under the skin of this little-known operation and brings it to really vivid life. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Wow.
It's really worth a look, and Colin Firth is fantastic in this. Check him out in this and The Staircase on HBO, and you will get your fix of Colin Firth for the month.
He was also in Batman, wasn't he? Like the latest Batman? Didn't he play like the Joker or the Riddler? Or
No. I don't know, unless I fell asleep for part of the 3-hour running time.
I'm gonna call you on that. We'll chat afterwards. But 10 seconds on memory. With Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson plays an assassin who tries to right some of the wrongs in his life. Unfortunately, his memory is fading. This is as forgettable an action movie as Liam Neeson has ever made. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I wish there was just more substance to it.
Okay. And I have been corrected. You are correct. Colin Farrell, not Colin Firth.
Colin Farrell, that's of course. That's of course. Plays the Penguin.
Thank goodness it's Friday. Always good to see you and chat with you, Richard. Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Okay,
Bye.
you bet.